Right, welcome everybody to another episode of Chris and Dave's Reality TV Cast. I'm one of your hosts, Chris, and my co-host and very good friend is Dave.
Hey there, Chris, and hello to our listeners out there. Welcome to Chris and Dave's Reality TV Cast. We're covering I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, 2024, Season 24, Episodes 7 through to 12, or Week 2, Chris. Where would you like to start today?
Well, you know what, Dave? I've really enjoyed the second week of it. Like, you know, I know we were talking in the chat, weren't we? With everybody was chatting about like what it said about Ant and Dec and everything, and people were like, "Oh, bloody love it!" And then I blamed it all on you, didn't I? Was like, "Oh, Dave, I can't believe you've gone in on such fucking TV royalty like you've done." But, no, I have enjoyed it, and we've actually been watching the sort of after one with Sam Thompson and Joel Dommett and stuff. So Ant and Dec go literally from producing and presenting the live one and go straight over to a bit like they're doing like Love Island and stuff like that. If you know,
the after some,
Maya Jam, the after some, and they go straight in, but then they sit there. But there's been a few things this week. Like one of them, I was pissing myself as Dec said something about what the original trials, how Nigel Benn, they just made him sit in a dark room, and every 10 minutes he got a star. You know, not like that because they were sort of trying to get the concepts. And all Nigel Benn was doing was sort of shadow boxing in case something came and got him, like because he was so like scared. He's just really rad. But then in Dec said something about a bush, Dave, and obviously immediately the child in me goes, "Well, he went completely." And me and Sam were laughing. You have to watch it. I know it's like me describing it, but there's been a little bit. It's been better the second week. I think obviously the Dean situation, with how many trials he got, and that was rectified this week a lot. Yeah, that's been a lot better. I still think he's got that diva in him. I think there's a side to him he's keeping well locked up because he does look like he's gone for the celebrity. He keeps going about what goes to Colleen Rooney's house. I want to do this. You know, he's playing the game. I know what he's doing, and fair play to him. But it's been a little bit more balanced this week. So what has been your highlight of it all?
I think I enjoyed the first week, to be fair, but I think I'm with you that the second week's been a little bit better. I have enjoyed there was a bit, wasn't there, where Dean kept getting sent in, and then I was laughing to myself thinking, "Oh, go on, just send him in again." I can almost see the meme of Ant and Dec actually saying, "Yeah, now send him in again." But I think not having him keeping going in and sharing it about a bit, I think that was better. I think Obi and Melvin got the 12 stars, didn't they? So I missed actually what happened to Barry McGuigan, because I missed the first few minutes to the next episode. But at the end of one episode, Barry McGuigan said he'll volunteer to go in, so it didn't go to the public vote. And then the next minute, he wasn't doing it. Did you catch what happened there?
No, I didn't. And you know what? That's mad that, because I'd asked Sam that and she's like, "Oh, hang on." And I think she was on the phone. And then I was like, and I never asked her again, Dave. And I should have checked that. Maybe we should have checked that, both of us. But I missed that as well. I missed the same thing because I know they've played up to the fact Barry McGuigan not having glasses and stuff. So I need my glasses and all this. And then obviously they've had the singing stuff again. But no, I completely missed that myself. He's been a bit quiet this week, though, hasn't he? He's not been in front and centre like he was the first week. The producers are sort of picking the favourites. And I do think, I understand it, but I did think he came across really well that first week. Well, he's done nothing wrong this week, but he's just not featured at all, which has been quite interesting.
Yeah, I'm just going to have a quick Google while we're talking, but you stopped, so I need to stop. So no, what do you reckon to Jane being the first one out then?
Oh, you know what? I'm glad you've said that. She has done my head in, Dave. She's obviously loose women, and now and again I used to catch it, watch it, but she's not gone on about how much of a fucking hard worker she is. I don't think she understands that it's a popularity contest. It doesn't matter. We know people like Dean are going to go, "I don't really fancy doing that. I'm not doing that. I've done my bit." He's like a little kid, and Colleen's got him into, whipped him up a little bit. So it's like, come on. She's a parent, and she's got 4 lads. She's like, she knows. And that's what he needs sometimes. But she's gone on as if like she's the only one who's been doing anything. And I've watched like the After Sun type show. Dave, She was banging, oh, it means nothing, hard work. Well, that's life, unfortunately. The balance of life is if you do work hard, you get rewarded. But in some scenarios, like a reality show where it's a popularity contest by the producer led, how you get your edit. And she kept going, I don't think they've shown that. I was watching it, honestly, this morning, I was watching it, and I'm like, cry me a fucking river, Jesus! Like, I get it. It doesn't mean anything.
Those rules work like at fucking school or something.
Exactly.
Not on an entertainment show when you're not entertaining in the fucking slightest. So,
no, exactly. It's just like,
I think she was well deserved to be the first one out. And I'll tell you what else did my head in about her. When she was given the whole sexism thing, so when Barry and Danny chose her to do the washing, it's like, oh, I've already told you I don't want to do it. Fucking pitching. You know what I mean? It's like, someone's got to fucking do it. So just because you've decreed that you don't want to do the fucking washing up. So yeah, I didn't like her at all, to be honest, Chris.
No, I didn't. And even some of the dialogue she's been saying about, like, oh, I had a real chat to some of these people because I'm a reporter first. You know, they've really opened up and feel great that they've actually, like, got it off the chest to talking to me. And I'm like, why? What are you doing? Have you got stories on them? You're blackmailing them in the fucking jungle or something. Like, what? Who are you to be like this matriarch of it all? Yeah, I didn't find her very genuine, Dave. I could be wrong. No. I could be completely missing the room here, but not reading the room, but it felt like she was being the reporter and she was trying her hardest she's trying to further her career. They all are. I said that last week. It is a massive platform. I'm a Celeb. It's probably, as I said, it's the biggest platform for any celebrities, whether they're not in the public, you know, zeitgeist or whatever. Get on I'm a Celeb and you've got a massive chance of making a hell of a lot of money and carrying on your career. Like I say, I think Colleen's going to be really set up at the end of this, like coming across really well. But she's just dead fucking monotone, Jane. Well, yeah, I've worked really hard, me, you know, and that means nothing. And I'm like, and that does sound a little bit like someone who's just, oh my God, I don't want to say that sound. I know. The impression went along somebody used to fix things then, Dave. That's not Jane's voice, but there you go. It's but yeah, I'm with you. Did you get it then?
Yeah, I did.
That's a terrible impression. Not one of my best, but anyway.
But no, I don't think I can't imagine she'll get anything off the back of this. Like, say, if you're gonna further your career in the entertainment industry, you kind of have to be a bit entertaining. So I think she fell short there.
Yeah, I do, and I'm still with you though, Dave. I think well, with you, my personal opinion is I think we're still. At the moment, I had a look on the odds, actually. The favourite's Danny. He's 1-1, which is unbelievable. Colleen's 23-10. Moore is 11-1, so that might be an outsider. But then, like, obviously, Dean is 300-1. Dave, he's gone right out of the odds. So in the middle, maybe, because there's a lot to still happen. There's still another week, but Richard Cole's at 15-2. Potentially Alan Hassel 70-1, Dave. That'd be not bad putting a couple of quid on there. So I'm not, not bad.
I think it's between Colleen and Danny. And I have to say, Chris, I ended up watching that Wagatha Christie thing, the whole documentary. Brilliant. I couldn't help it. I was like, it was actually a really well done documentary. So I can highly recommend it if people want to watch it. And it was just interesting how it all unfolded. And yeah, they put the documentary together really, really well. But I think I'm wobbling. I'd said right from the off that Danny was going to win. But actually, I think he's had a bit less airtime this week. And I think Colleen has actually come off better. You know, and I think, well, actually in this latest episode, she was saying, like, well, she doesn't like to talk about the house because, you know, it comes off as bragging and stuff. But I don't know. I'm not sure she did a great job. So it's like, oh yeah, I've got the multiple bars, and you know, to get through to the football pitch, you have to go underground and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, come on. And that's when Dean's like, oh, yeah, I could get myself in here. I want to come round for tea and stuff and further my career. But yeah, I don't know. That aside, I thought she came off really well, really normally. And like I say, it's probably enhanced for me because I watched the whole Wagatha Christie documentary. But I think I am wobbling. I'm just about going to stick to Danny being the favourite. But I could easily see Colleen winning it.
Yeah, I'm actually probably team Colleen at the moment, Dave. Not because of the United link or anything with Rooney, but I do. I'm with you. Danny's a great guy.
For the Scouts of them.
Well, technically, Wayne Rooney never was a Scouser, Dave, because once he was at United for that long, he became like a Mancunian, really. Forget his accent.
I must have missed the game where Colleen played for United.
Well, by association, Dave. By association, the greatest goal scorer for Manchester United is actually from Liverpool. But luckily,
you've not had a lot to cheer on for the last few years.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Yeah. We'll see today. But anyway, I will just carry on talking about I'm a Celebrity, if you don't mind, Dave.
Yeah, that's what terrible. I was talking about.
Yeah, I'm sure you was. Yeah, no, I actually quite like. I don't mind that the Reverend Richard either. I think some of his delivery is quite good. Yeah, he's a nice bloke. He's coming across really well. But when he did the trial with Talisa on Friday, I think it was. Last night, whatever it was, and she never we were Sam watching. She never encouraged him. She never went, well done, get it. He was quite encouraged. And then she just sat there, just talks about how bad it was going to be for her when she went next. And I'm like, well, great teamwork there, Talisa. You know what I mean? Yeah. I was like, come on.
I think you picked up on something there. I think it says a lot, doesn't it? Where she didn't give a fuck if he succeeded or failed. I mean, she wanted the star. You wanted him to get the star, but not encouraging at all. I do think of all the different trials, though, I think she got the worst one. And I think she said she was trying to keep her head down, wasn't she? But on that fright bus, she was yelping and screaming like there was no tomorrow. And then she ended up getting picked for the next trial. That fucking clock thing was excruciating because it went on for so fucking long. Yeah. And like you say, the questions, you can imagine under pressure, it's hard enough for your brain's function anyway. But when you're being turned around and you're having all these fucking bugs and shit fucking thrown at you, I thought that was the worst challenge, to be fair. And she did well.
She did well. I mean, the questions were like football questions, and all right, we're watching it as football fans, and some of them we would have got, even the American states. Like, all right, you know me, I've bloody arms covered in America, innit, a tattoo, but not many people are going to get them right, because a lot of people, quite rightly, would name a city, wouldn't they? So obviously you've got New York State, you get away with New York, but then you're not going to go Las Vegas because it's Nevada. And as you're spinning and you've got all this shit on, I'm with you. I thought it was a real hard task that she did well just to get a few of them, didn't she? I'm with you. Sometimes some of the tasks are all over the place, aren't they? They're like the food ones are always good because you can imagine yourself eating them and like going like heaving. There's no way like some of the stuff they do, the eyeballs are fucking minging in it. But
like the eyeballs are over the arseholes.
Well, yeah, or the cocks, yeah, definitely. You know what I mean? But it definitely is, and I think it's like a fucking camel's vagina or something that they had. It was like, what the fuck, So, yeah. And we were saying like, and I know it's probably been mentioned before. It's not like we've not watched the show, but how do they know that this food is edible? That's what I want to know. Oh, I love that delicacy, a camel's fucking vagina. Oh, yeah, I've always wanted to try one of them. You know what I mean? It's like, how have they even come across that this food is edible? That's what gets me. And then obviously they make it all like rank and everything. That's the whole point of the show. But I'm with you. Sometimes some of the tasks go on for too long. And then I used to love it when out in deck. They would just be absolutely crying, wouldn't they? And they've done it a little bit this week and it's been funny. But then if you go near them, they're straight off, aren't they? They've got the nice clothes on and you always get someone trying to hug them or whatever. But no, honestly, I think it's been a good week this week. And I know it's only a 3-week show, but I think it's just that perfect slot in the UK or, anyone who's watching it around the world before Christmas for us. It's the run up to Christmas. Once I'm a Celeb's on, you're getting closer and it's the 1st of December as we record this as well. So it's perfect.
Yeah. And Because I only jumped back into it last year. I don't remember this thing where they get money and then they can exchange it for little treats and things. But I'm just looking at the treats and I'm like, I know they're supposed to be starving these these people, but fucking hell, they spend like $100 and then get a few little, a little chocolate bar or something like that between all the team. And I was like, fucking hell, that's rough, that is.
Yeah, well, you know what, Dave? They've never done that. Obviously, they've always had the dingo dollars and all that, and they used to go to the guy and they do all that, don't they? The little tasks and they get the food or a cake or whatever.
Some fucking Pringles.
Yeah, Pringles or a little muffin. Jesus, when you've not been eating. But I'm with you. They've never done this before because even going to the toilet was part of it. It's almost like being in jail, isn't it? It's like that's the sort of thing in jail where you get like like money and stuff, and it's up to you what you do with it. You got to earn it, sort of thing. It's very interesting. And I know, like, I've read loads of things this week. Like, there's still loads of backlash on it. They get backlash on it because of, like, the animals and things like that. And the way they think it is an interesting show. It's a massive show and it's gone on for ages. But there is always questions around the treatment of the animals and the tasks and everything. And I think they handle it well. I think it's all done correctly. But I can totally understand why a lot of people don't really like the show as well.
Yeah. And Chris, our roving reporter, Google, has informed me that Melvin just said he hadn't done a trial before, so he wanted to do it. So there's no like bowing out on medical grounds or anything like that. It was just a case of that. But yeah, I just missed that at the start of the episode. But the other correction, I would say, we've been called out. I was surprised we don't get called out more for getting people's names wrong. But it's not Moira, it's Mora.
Mora. Yeah. Sorry, that's the Irish in my family.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure I've called her Moira before, so it's Mora.
Mora. Yeah, she's quite funny, Mora, isn't she? She's got some good one-liners as well. Like some of the things she said. I don't think she's done anything wrong. She's not really come in thinking she's like a big celeb or anything. I know she isn't compared to some of the others, but I quite enjoyed some of the one-liners, and with Richard as well, like when he became camp leader, and she's like, I can't believe you've done this. We came in together. And some people tuning in, they'd be like, oh, fucking hell, she's having a go. But she's not. She's joking. She's like, it's all good. It's all good fun. And I do think this year, because when you see that the initial lineup, we talked about it last week, he's everyone. But like Otis, a really nice person. You've got Melvin. Barry's come across. Alan Hassel's come across well, even though I told a story about getting smacked on the head by Sam for I Not That Girl.
I'm pretty sure you were saying about how he came in like he's Bertie Big Bollocks.
He did.
And he seems like the most grounded one in there.
Yeah, he does. And he is a United fan. He goes to the games, Dave, to be fair. So I have seen him at Old Trafford. But no, I think they've got it right. And some are speculating, because last night there was an elimination, that ITV are playing a few games here, a la Love Island, because they're saying that they don't want, like Dean's got some sort of contract where he can't come out because he's on Radio 1 so quickly. But then they're all saying that he's the favourite to be eliminated next if it goes to a public vote. If they try and manipulate it, how they get to voting someone out, then you know that it's the producers keeping him in because of the airtime. And I get that, because he's brought a lot to the show, hasn't he? A lot of people, like, whether you love him or hate him, they're like, right, that's it, get on the app, let's vote Dean out, or whatever, support Dean. I get it. And the Radio 1 people are being full on, they'll be waving the Dean flags and everything, wanting to keep him in. I get that. That's what it's about. But it just feels like to me, he had a massive chance to make a massive impression for whatever he wants to do next, like Roman Kent did and everything when he did it a couple of years ago. And I think he's just dropped the ball completely. I don't think it's come across as well as he's hoping.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, he's definitely had a wobble. I do think he is that fake nice guy. He's putting on this act, if you like. But when he was having a go at Alan, I think that's when you saw the real Dean, if you like. And so I think he comes across quite selfish as well. I think at times, and even though we were taking the piss out of Jane, saying, well, you don't get any fucking points for hard work, in the camp you do. And he's always ducking out, isn't he? You can see he's always sloping off and doing what he wants and not really pulling his weight. But I could see quite a few people voting for him. I think he'd have a few voters. I wouldn't see it massively being this massive conspiracy. I think someone like Barry, like you say, he's been quiet this week, hasn't he? And obviously, he had to go at the challenge. You know, he that's given Anton Deck some ammunition basically for the last 2 weeks about how he can't see. I think Melvin's come across really well, but he's on the quieter side, isn't he? He keeps his head down, he puts in the work and stuff, but you know, isn't necessarily as entertaining as some of the others. I tell you, I think it's come across quite well. Is the YouTuber GK Barry?
Yeah. She's like a nice girl, doesn't she?
Yeah, but she's got some good one-liners, and you know, she has good commentary on the other things that are going round, and you know, coming into the VT and giving commentary on what the others are doing and stuff. I think she's come across really well.
And that's for her. That's what this is all about, isn't it? It's the platform for that. It's working for her. I like that. I do like that when someone comes in you've not known, and you sort of. Actually, he's a good person, you know. So look, it's a reality show. We know, like, anyone who's in celebrity world most of them are up their own fucking arse, aren't they? They're absolutely. They think they are the fucking most important person in their world, and everyone I've ever met who's a celebrity of some level, after a while, they've just been bellends. You know, if you get sort of working with them, or you're not working with, but you know, like. People I've met and I'm like, oh, you're nothing like what you portray on the TV. You know, you think they're really good people. And then other ones are so nice. But I think it's when they don't take themselves seriously and they understand how lucky they are to be in an elevated position where you've got people running around after you just because of the way, you know, because of your face, because that they know you're a celebrity, but she's a celebrity. Just normal people who are doing that. They're in the entertainment business, but because TV, social media is such an important part of our lives now, they forget it. And that's where, like, I think a lot of them need to check themselves. So, yeah, I do like this. And I'm a celeb. When you're hungry and you're doing these challenges, you cannot pretend to be this all-encompassing, lovely person and be a fake person. You're going to be tired. You're going to be like, oh, fuck this. I don't give a fuck what people think outside, you know, because you're so tired. You just be like, I've had enough. And I think that's what I love studying about this show is that. And I always say with any of the shows, Big Brother, Love Island, you know, they're all like straight away, oh, I'm going to add you on as friend on Facebook. Or, well, showing our age there, Dave, because we know Facebook is for the oldies like us now because we're middle-aged. But, you know, I add you on TikTok or Instagram or Snapchat. And then by about 2 days in, they're like, you're a fucking wanker. I'm not adding you to fuck all. I'm blocking you when I get out of here. And that's what I want. I love that fakeness, them being exposed and the drama that comes with it. And then people going along with the ride. And it's almost like, when you watch a film and you've got a baddie and we know as the audience, they're the baddie, but they haven't revealed that, you know, what their sinister plan is. And we're watching it going, at some point, they're going to get the comeuppance. And I almost treat these reality shows like that. Like at some point they will get the comeuppance. And that's when it gets me going, especially when we're talking about it on the podcast. I think that's what it's about. It's about having a bit of fun, isn't it?
It is. And my mind is wondering because I think I might defend the celebrities for a moment here because I think we all do it. You know, you talk about social media, Chris, and, you know, presenting to the world a different story to the reality.
Oh, well,
we all do that, I think. And you look at everyone else's, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever it is, and it's like, oh my God, they've got the whole world like so in order and like everything seems so calm and so amazing and my life's so chaotic and, you know, hard and scrappy. But the reality is it's not. So I think all of us, celebrity or not, we project a certain persona, if you like, that isn't quite matching up with the reality of it all.
No. And I will say there may have been a family do a few years ago where it ended up in a full-on WrestleMania Royal Rumble, but the next day on Facebook, it looked like it was the greatest family do ever, and everyone was living in harmony. But if you'd have gone back 8 hours before when the drinks were flowing, it was literally a full-on rumble, Dave. But the next day, what a day that was. What a day. Family forever. Hashtag, yeah. Hashtag family forever. Yeah, hell of a game. Hell of a, you know what I mean? It's like, even I'm like, I don't fucking think so. However, but you're right. We can all do them pitch. Even me, I do a YouTube channel where, we do the holidays and stuff. And people might think you're fake on that. You do get it. I've said to you before, and I had someone at work say to me once, I don't like the fact you're so happy in the morning. I'm like, oh, right. And I told you this. We didn't remember. And it's like, I think you're being fake. I'm like, oh, okay, then. I'll just fucking walk around with a face on me if you want. It's just not who I am. I'm that annoying person who's happy and try and be happy all the time. But anyway, yeah, you can never please people, can you, Dave? It's just, so you're probably right. I'm giving him a bit too much stick, but that's where I am. I just love that where the mask drops and we get the real person, but good or bad. That's like a really good talking point for me, definitely.
Yeah, and it is, and I think that's what this show does quite a good job at. And people know the script as well, don't they? They know exactly what they're going into, but experiencing it, feeling it, doing the trials, feeling that hunger, it's a different thing. And I think that's where you see the ones who seem to be more on the genuine side. Because I think, honestly, I think Melvin's been a fucking star. I know I said he might be one of the ones to go out next, but people like him, you'd want to go out for a beer with him. And, he seems like a genuinely good person. Whereas, like you say, Dean, I can imagine he's got a nasty streak to him as well. And to be fair, after that whole Alan thing, he hasn't shown it as much. But seeing the ones who seem a bit more genuine and the ones who have got more of a mask on, I think is the interesting thing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And we've been duped many a time, haven't we, with people where you think they're really good and they're not. And that can be like life, can't it? That can be life in general. You think someone is, you know them and you don't know them. So yeah, fair. I think you're fair there, Dave. But I think it's just been one of them weeks where I've enjoyed watching it. It's it's on nearly 7. I think it's on 7 nights this week. I said to you 6. Then it's been on every night.
Liar. You're a liar.
Liar. Oh, you've got to throw it back, Dave, to the legend, the old Davide. What a legend he is.
I was wondering, because it's like, oh, should we record today? I'm like, when's this fucking night off coming? It's Love Island, you get Saturday night off.
Fucking brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. But, I don't know. I could be wrong here, but usually they do send in a couple of as like you would in maths where you've got like the, what they call them, intruder couples. Where I don't know whether we're going to get it because we're well over halfway through now. I would have thought it'd have been this week, but they might throw someone else in the mix. I've not seen anything online. It's purely speculation, but yeah, there's something potential that could be. Might need that.
They did put in old Reverend Richard Coles and Moira, though, didn't they? They were effectively the intruders. And I was saying about Richard Coles and some of the things. He was only in the fucking communards, wasn't he? He was the other half of it with Jimmy Somerville. I didn't realise.
Sam said that to me. I didn't realise myself.
But yeah, I tell you, I know we mentioned about him before, but what I have enjoyed about him, so when someone does these Bush Tucker trials and then they just kind of hold their nose or something, chew it all down, and you're like, that's the way to do it. Just don't think about it. Don't look at it. Just wolf it down and then it's done.
Yeah.
Whereas for him, you almost feel every bite and every taste as he's gagging away. And he still manages to get through it all. So I think I've appreciated that he does do it, but clearly he's nearly throwing up all the time as well.
Brilliant. So no, I mean, I know it's not been as long a one today, Dave. Have you got anything else you want to chat about before I get told off? Chrissy's trying to wrap the episode up dead quick.
No, I think it's been enjoyable, but nothing too off script. As you had Maura's birthday at the start of the week. I thought, apparently it was random where they sat on the bus. I'm like, oh, right, okay. So the birthday girl sits in literally the last place on the bus where she has to stay on there for the maximum amount of time. So you bastards. But I think it's just been an enjoyable week, and I'm looking forward. I thought we'd have had another celebrity sort of wander off or get voted off or whatever. So who do you reckon will be off next?
Got to be Dean. I was saying before, there's been a bit of backlash about, like, it should have been an eviction last night, especially Saturday night. Usually, you think prime time, that's like when everyone's going to be watching it the most. So it'd probably be tonight. And that's what I was saying before. If it's one where they're a bit cute with how they vote somebody off, which is what they've done in like Love Island. If someone's been a really good watch, someone who's like caused controversy, raised the social media stamp, Dean, for good, as I said before, Dean, for good or bad, he's making the show go even more viral than what it is. And he's getting more people watched because they're like, Dean, who's this Dean guy? He's a DJ for Radio 1. Right, let's have a look. And they're trying to vote him or trying to understand why he's doing all these sort of tasks and different challenges every episode. That's what does it. So the producers aren't daft, Dave. They've got people working in the background. They're going to manipulate it as whatever way they want. The only thing they can't manipulate, though, this is why, if they're being cute with
phone votes,
they can't do that now. Now, they have done that in the past, as we know, on ITV, because they got found out and got done for it, didn't they? But this time, they're not allowed to do that. And that's the only thing I can think of is they're doing the old quick and easy thing like Love Island, where it's like, oh, hang on a minute, we don't need to go down. Let's just try this, knowing that they may put the eviction in the hands of the contestants. They've done that before. And that's one way to keep Dean on the show a bit longer. That's where they're just going for the clicks.
So I think if you give it to the contestants, I can see it where they'll somehow manipulate it. I don't know. Maybe they'll have a fucking talent show or a dance-off or something, keep them in that way. But I think if I was in there, I'd be thinking, well, I want the grafters here. If it's a choice between, say, Dean and Melvin, see you later, Dean. I want the ones who are going to do the chores, and that's who you'd vote in. So I don't know. I'm not fully buying into that theory. I think for me, I've enjoyed. I mean, all of them I've sort of enjoyed in different ways. But I'm thinking either Alan or Melvin will be the ones to go next.
Yeah, probably.
Or Barry, I see.
Barry,
there we go. There's three of them.
Yeah. Possibly. We'll see this week, Dave. But again, I'm loving it. It's light-hearted TV, silly, and just seeing these people squirm when they've got rats and snakes running all over them. It's my evening, really, Dave. I'll be honest with you. I don't know how I'm doing it, but there you go. But no, I've really enjoyed it, and really enjoy the chat as well, because the chat's great. Like, don't always respond to everything because there's so much going on, but some of the little one-liners in there. And the fact I blamed you for the whole Ant and Deck thing was even better, Dave. So I took myself away. No, thank you to everyone as always. Thanks to everyone. You support us, all these different shows we're doing. We've got a week left of this, Dave, and we may be able to throw in the mix a little bit of a pre-Christmas special. You know what I mean? You know nothing about that, but there you go, Dave. Anyway, if you want to email us, cdrealitycast@gmail.com. If you want to follow us on social media, @cdrealitycast. As always, please get over to Facebook, Chris and Dave's Reality TV Cast. Come and join us, guys. And if you want to watch the show live, I'm a Celebrity, we do have a NordVPN link in the show notes as well if you want to watch it on the ITVX app. So please get over there as well. And if you don't support us, please go to patreon.com/cdrealitycast. So the roll call of honor, and a massive thank you to everyone who supports myself and Dave on the podcast. To Anna, Tilly, Marcy, Stacey, Sinead, Kathleen Sims, Andrea, Nick, Danielle, Kim, Amanda, Larissa, Helen, Nicola, Fiona, Zoe, Gillian, Keith, Helen, Chloe, Joanna, Libby, Susan, Lauren, Lucky Lulu Green, and Kent Gustafson. So thank you so much, guys, for your support. Amazing stuff. I hope you're enjoying us covering I'm a Celeb. And I hope you're actually enjoying I'm a Celeb as well, because it's something completely different than what we do usually throughout the year. So yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's just occurred to me, probably one of the reasons it's slightly shorter is because there's less drama, Chris. And obviously, when it comes to the new year, I think Maths Australia starts again, doesn't it? So plenty of drama for that. But it's great to do this for a little bit, something a little bit different, as Monty Python would say. But thank you very much. Thanks to all our listeners. Thanks to all our supporters. We'll speak to you next time.
Bye.